Well, good morning. 6 o'clock in the morning here in Riverbend Springs, Farming Simulator 25. It's now the beginning of April. So the time has come that we can plant milo and soybeans. But since we were able to pick up that corn header used, I'm tempted to plant corn in the field where I was going to do the milo, so the one down towards the river. And Giant supposedly fixed the animation of the harvesting of corn for console. I don't know if it was a problem for PC, but apparently it was for console. So maybe we should do corn. So yeah, early in the morning, let's get to it. I believe, I don't know what I believe. No, I believe off camera I moved bales onto the trailer by bales, not bales, pallets. Pallets onto the trailer over by the greenhouse, so we can take that over to the little farm market. I wonder if more have spawned. Nope. Okay, so we'll take these. We got strawberries, tomatoes, and chili peppers. Overcast today. I don't think we have any rain in the forecast. What's the status of this field? So they fixed the grass as well, so while it might be ready to harvest, I think they fixed it so that yeah, it does say ready to harvest, but I think it has one more growth state beyond this. We're going to leave it till May and see what happens. Because before they had a glitch where if you harvested it in the second to last growth state when you could, you used to get the same yield. Now they reduced that and made it correct. Loophole that we were getting away with exploiting, although not necessarily intentionally. And hopefully now we won't be doing as much grass as we were before. It'd be a shame that we're not making that money, but I get tired of doing grass work all the time. All right, $5,000. Walter. We'll drop the trailer off over there, so we'll be ready to load it with the next crop of pallets that spawn. I can't see. There is no bale at the cattle, so we'll go grab a bale, take that over there, and then I think I didn't water them last night, so we'll grab the water tank and give them some water. We'll also bring some over here to the greenhouse. First things first, we'll grab a hay bale over here. I imagine we can go sell some lumber. We put quite a bit of wood into the sawmill yesterday because of the additional storm damage. I think I was over there at the end of the last episode. We had just cut down, I think we ended up with 3 more trees. There was one that was outside of the field boundaries. And we've replanted trees over there. We bought the tree planter. Where's that at? Oh, it's over. We bought a telehandler and then the tree planter. It's over at the ferry landing over there. And then I sold back the land. So the way I'm explaining that is we provide the city or the municipality or the county, whatever, we provide them with a bond while we are doing the logging, and then we get that bond refunded to us afterwards. That's my explanation of how it's working. Now, the first field that we did that on, we're not going to sell that back. We're not going to collect our bond back until after I get to cut the grass one last time over on that field and bale it for silage, just to make a little bit extra money. I know, little sketchy, but and then once we have that, we'll probably buy this field that's down below over here. So buy that, see that barn building there? And then there's a field down below it. I think it's sunflowers. And we got the corn header now, so we could harvest that. I think we'll buy that field once we get the refund of our bond for the first plot of land that we did the tree work on. Want to get the soybeans in today, and probably the corn as well. It's gonna take it. Ooh, almost took it all. Pretty thirsty. We got a little behind. That's what happens when you don't fill it every day, I think. You gotta stay on top of it. With the size water tank that we have, we don't want to have to refill it more than once per day. So I think we're at the time of year where we're gonna have to kind of make sure we're doing the water at night before we go to bed. Of course, we're off a little here. Doing it in the morning here. A little slow to fill. And we'll put it away for a minute. Doing pretty good on money. We got $460,000. Not bad. We'll need some of that as working capital to pay the bonds for the tree work. We'll do those probably one field at a time. Or one plot at a time. There's one plot that has just the one tree. Probably do that one next. Immediately do it and then move over to another plot. We can figure out how many trees we can put on that trailer. We've been doing just like 3, but we could probably do more. Pick it up on the other side. Better go down and do something about the lumber though, because otherwise it's just going to start piling up in that shed and just be more than we can deal with. I don't want it to get so full that it becomes, ooh, careful, much more difficult to get out. Although I suppose it probably would, but I just prefer that it have room for the lumber to spawn. I know this is kind of a small trailer. So I did find the gooseneck trailer with the assistance of the viewers who pointed me in the right direction. I don't know who it was. Somebody suggested I go to King Mods. I play on console, so yeah, that doesn't help me. King Mods. I have to get mine off the mod hub. I think it might have been Pear pointed me in the correct direction. I think it's called the Brant Deckover trailer, and if you get the premium version, it's a gooseneck. So we can modify the Superduty to have a gooseneck attacher, and then we could do that. And the other nice thing is then we can use that gooseneck to transport the telehandler around. Maybe we can get the telehandler and the skid steer on there and have all the stuff that we need. So we'll park over here. This field next to me here, this is a barley field, and it's ours now. We did buy it so that we could get this building here. That we put our sawmill in. Okay, so we got 2 of each. That's perfect to what I like to load into this trailer. So let me go get the skid steer, load that up, and we'll make about $40,000 to $50,000. I should have looked to see how much wood was still in the production, but I didn't. I didn't think of it. Well, this grass looks pretty tall in the area around the fields. So let me hop out here quick. And it's got 3. Oh, it's gonna run out today probably, so ideally, it'd be nice if at the end of the day I could get over and do some more tree work to keep this thing going. We'll see. We want to do some farming, of course. It's been a while. So let me load up the trailer here. got the last pallet of planks here. I don't like not going under the pallet straight like that, but because of the getting it out of the building, I kind of have to. So I'm gonna leave it out on the edge a little bit. I'm trying to put it further back towards the back of the trailer so that the strap will actually go to the planks. Visually, it looks better. It wasn't, before I wasn't getting it far enough back that it would do that, but I think here we got it. And this one's kind of over a little bit. It should be fine. There we go. Alright. Do I need to put it inside? We will. We'll park it inside. It should be alright on this end for now. I don't think this will interfere with the spawning of the pallets. Oh, close to the wall. Let me fix this strap. I'm pretty sure we're going to go to the playground, but I will look just to make sure. Got to be careful getting out too, that we don't drive over the barley. And close it there. Let's check in the menu. Planks, playground, yep, 4455. And then the planks long, 7209. And then wood beam, 10443. So yeah, that's the best place to go. Let's swing out. Turn. Whoa. Okay, that was a little overdone. Let's try not to get into an accident on the way, all right? Clear. So the field there to my right, soybeans, okay? Plant soybeans in that. I think we gotta use a planter for soybeans now in FS25. And then we'll do corn down below. Probably do the soybeans first. Just because it's right here. And then ideally, let me go first person so I can see. Ideally, we'll have some time left at the end of the day. I don't know, we want to go see if we can get some contracts? I don't know. Should we just focus on our thing right now? Maybe after lunch. Of course, when you wait till after lunch, sometimes you don't have a lot of time for some of those bigger contracts. But we got enough to keep ourselves busy, so I don't know. And money's not really a concern at the moment, I don't think. I mean, we're doing really well. Doing the storm 44266, doing the storm work, you know, clearing the storm damaged trees. That's good business model right there. We'll let that guy go. And of course somebody will be coming from the other way. Nope. Okay. I don't know, it just seems like they have the AI traffic designed to trick you into looking and watching one way, waiting for somebody to go by, and then they'll have a car coming from the other side. Watch the turn signals so they don't turn in front of us. Don't want to have to get a new truck again. Alright, back at the farm. I guess we'll use the Challenger with the planter. Do we have enough seeds? I don't even know. Or fertilizer. Ooh. Be careful there. Drop that off. Pull up. Front. So let's see, the seed drill's in here. I think we can get at it without having to move anything. Nah, we better move the fat. Okay, so what processes are we going to need to do? We'll need to roll it. That's our roller. This has fertilizer in it. I don't know how much is in. Oh, wait. Here, tell me. Got 5. Oh, we need to put some fertilizer in there. We'll have to put the forks on the John Deere, I think. We might need to go buy seed. We don't have any, do we? I think we do. We do have fertilizers. We can top that off with the seed. Might have to head and go get some seed. Well, that would give us a chance to maybe hire a worker to do a contract for us. Yeah, we're going to need to go get some seed. Let's change that to soybeans before we forget. Why am I'm with the seeder? I need the planter. My mistake. In FS22 you could do soybeans with seed drill, but you can't in 25. Gotta use the planter. Let's go get the planter. I gotta pull the truck out, I think, aren't I? Give myself room. Yep. Alright. I'm not doing too well today. So let's park this over by the silo, I think. Be alright. Be a good spot for it out of the way, and then we can just pull it right back around and in. Alright, so what's the planter got in it for seeds? 237. I don't know if that's a lot or not a lot. I think we're going to need seeds though. But we're not going to need fertilizer because it doesn't do that also. Can you put a fertilizer tank on it? I think you might could. We got more money now. We might be able to. I get it like in here where I can't get it out now. There we go. Ooh, it's over there pretty tight. I think I get it out. Ooh, boy. So it's already set on soybeans, and yeah, we definitely need seed. Let me see if we can put a fertilizing unit on here. That might be worthwhile. Customize. Fertilizer distribution unit, $5,000. What's it hold? I don't even know. Oh, I bet you got to have a separate tank though, don't you? How would you find that out? Look at it in the store menu, check the brochure, and check combinations. Let's do that. So it's the Horse Maestro 9.75 RX. Combinations R3. Yep. So we need that to do fertilizer. Yeah, we don't have that. So that's not going to happen. What am I looking for here? Oh, I want to see if I can do repairs, I guess. 22 bucks. Might as well. Tractor, $2. What am I doing? I am like just killing time. Let's get the pallet forks and go get a pallet of seeds. That way we can start with a full hopper on the planter units. So let me swap this over. I'll see you at the store. Alright, we're arriving at Axel's Tractor Center. I'll go park in my spot. Right by the door. So we're here to buy seed. We'll check on used equipment and then maybe see if we could broker a deal with some workers. First things first, we'll buy the pallet of seeds. And then we'll take a look at the used equipment. What do we got here? Rigitrack, no. No, no. Subsoiler, no. None of that. All right. So we got our pallet of seeds here. And then let's see if maybe there might be some contracts that we could do. Bale wrapping we would have to do ourselves. That one's still there. That would pay good. The hoeing would be easy. The plowing would be easy. The weeding would be easy. Let's send somebody to do the weeding. We'll borrow that stuff and then we'll send them to do that one first and then that one. Yep. Borrow items. And then accept that one. and then we send them off. So the first field's right over here, and then the other one's over that way. So they can work in the background, make us some money. Get mine. That up above it. We'll line up here, grab the seeds, and then we'll go get planting. There we go. We'll keep an eye on the upper right, see that the worker starts doing the work. Otherwise, we'll have to go investigate and see why he's not, but they could go. Be fine. Should be there by now, though. Problem is, sometimes that weeder can get caught on a utility pole or something. If he hasn't started by the time we get back to the farm, we'll have to maybe take a look. I'll see you back at the farm. Okay, we're pulling into the farm here. You can see in the upper right hand corner that he's already 11% done on that field. It's a big weeder, not necessarily a very big field. And yeah, right after I said I'll see you later, some progress started showing up, so he's going there. So I'm gonna pull over here. I think if I just lift this up, yep, there we go. Go ahead and open those. I don't think it comes out the bottom of the pallet though. You gotta actually fill it from inside the inside here. So get in, top it off. And I think I'll just leave this ready to go run over to the field and reload it when it needs it. I bet I'm probably going to need more seed to do the corn as well, but we'll see. I can lift that cedar up. I think I can just leave it unfolded. I think I'll fit through the gate. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and use the steering assist, the GPS. Ooh, yikes. That's tight. It'll fit. It's close. It's like a 6-meter gate, I guess. We'll pull in here. Go ahead, press and hold circle. That'll come up. So here's the new thing, this cruise control deactivation. That's a new thing that they added. I bet it'll just kind of kick off when you get to the end of your... Let's try it, actually. Let's try it on automatic, and it should kick off when we get to the end, and then we'll know when to lift it. That's what I'm thinking will happen. So we'll line up here. I'll go ahead and hit turn the planter on. Drop it down, and I'll hit the cruise control, and we'll see what happens when we get to the far end. And you can kind of see a texture color change, but not significant, so it'll be... We'll have to pay attention to our lines. I think they fade out when you've already done it. They kind of turn gray instead of orange, I think, when you're going to get on them. So we should be able to figure it out. Okay, cruise control should kick off. That is cool. That's a nice addition. So what are we going to do? We're going to go every other one. Probably would be the best way to do it. I like that. That's cool. The cruise control deactivation. Okay, we're on. Drop it down. All right, so I'm going to work on this for a while. It's almost 11:45. I think I got off there a second. I think because I put a steering input in. Sometimes you gotta fight the the urge to steer or brake with the with that new automatic cruise control disengage. I like it, but I'm not used to it because I think I still need to stop when I get to the end, but I don't have to. I think there's a couple of times where I did it on my own when I didn't need to. So what it'll do is it'll go to the end of the line and it'll just come to a stop. So you can consistently lift in the same spot so you don't overseed, even though if you seed over where you already seeded, it won't use seed, so not a big deal. So the worker actually came over here and it's doing the sunflower field that we want to buy, which is kind of neat. If you saw him come by when we were planting the soybeans. So let's go over and take a look at him working over there. Let's make sure we're not getting get hit by a car. Oh, here comes one. We'll dip down in here, and then we'll be able to see the worker working in that field. We're actually getting paid to do work in a field that we're eventually going to buy. Get over here. Where is he? I don't see him. It's so far away. Let me head over that direction. It's almost time to go eat, so we'll head up to the house, grab something to eat. There he is. I think he's probably working on the headlands at the end. Matter of fact, yeah, he's probably doing the last headland. So we'll head up, we'll get lunch, and then we will, you can see the weeds, yeah, he's getting the weeds out of there. That's awesome. I like it. That is so cool. I like seeing more than one piece of equipment working at the same time or in the shot at the same time. It's nice. Really gives life. So we'll change over to corn, then we'll come down and we'll do that field in the afternoon. Or maybe we'll go roll the soybean field, I don't know, to do something different. We'll let him go ahead and finish up doing that weeding while we head up to the house and get lunch. $12 noon. It is time to eat. I don't know. During lunch, I'll figure out whether I want to roll or whether I want to continue planning. I might roll. But we'll get this unfolded, that way we just back the John Deere up and refill this with corn. Switch it to corn. All right. Walter, let's have some lunch, huh? Okay, well, I finished up lunch. I tell you what, I'm terrible at dipping in and out of the menus in FS25 to try and speed up time because it takes so long to get in and out of it. I was trying to stop my 360 times speed so that I could be at 1 o'clock, and it was 1:10 by the time I dipped into the menu and got it reset to 5 times speed like it should be. But that's on me. That's not on you. So I was talking with Grandpa Walter during lunch, and he suggested, thanks for the advice, Walter, he suggested that I focus on the soybean field for today. So that's what we're going to do. We'll work on the soybean field today. So I'm going to top this off with the corn seed, or put the corn seed in there. So we're ready for tomorrow because I already got it on the pallet forks. And then I'll grab the roller. We'll go over and roll and then fertilize that field. I don't know if I'll get it all here in this episode. This is actually the second time I'm recording this. And I need to be careful. I don't want to say I had a game crash, because I didn't have a game crash. I had some problem with the system software on my PS5, and this has happened a couple of times in the past few days. So I lost all the recording and the progress that I had done to finish up this episode, so I have to redo it. If you look up in the upper right, you see that I've got a contract for hoeing right now. The worker completed the weeding contracts, and while I was in at lunch, I brokered another one to do some hoeing. And once we get done collecting on the other 2 contracts, We can add another hoeing contract. So let's collect on those two real quick. So now we've got, what, 37 and 28. That's like 15 and then 5. So like $6,500 from that. And then we'll take another hoeing contract. So when the worker gets done with field 62, we can have him move over to field 78. All right. So I did that against the wall so that it would show up better. I had to double check and make sure I was recording. Oh, okay. Let's see. Back up here. Put the bag of seed right there. Come over here. Should be able to fill this up. There we go. So we'll be ready to go tomorrow. Alright. And then this pallet I gotta put somewhere. Well, nice. Stick it in the thing here, out of the weather, out of the elements. I'm not expecting any weather, but it is like overcast, so you never know what's gonna happen. Put it right here for now. Seems like a good spot that we can get to it again in the future. Alright, let's see. I want to grab the roller. Drop that off. Grab that. He finished, so we need to send him over to the other field now too. Alright, so I'm going to press and hold circle. We're going to use the steering assist. We're going to leave the cruise control deactivation on automatic because I like that. And then we'll just follow in the tracks of the... there we go. Of the planner when we went through here. So AI workers blocked by an object figures. Let's see. Unless it spams us with a bunch of messages, it means he worked it out. He figured it out. You just got to kind of keep an eye on it. Sometimes the AI is better in FS25 than it ever was in FS22. He'll figure it out, maybe. We'll just keep an eye on it. Hopefully he'll get on his progress and start working. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I do like the sound effect of the roller, though. Can you hear it? Kind of hear it rolling through the dirt there. But I do like the, I really do like the steering assist, the GPS, and the new addition of the automatic cruise control deactivation. I think it's useful. comes in handy when you're getting to the end of the line. You can space off a little bit. You can really, you know, get better camera angles and stuff without worrying about what's going on. What I have is I've got a hard time trying to keep from braking myself before it deactivates or hitting the accelerator. Just allowing the cruise control and the GPS and the steering assist to do its thing. You know, no steering inputs, no acceleration, no brake. Otherwise you're gonna throw it all off. And then I'm gonna go just a little bit farther. I'll pick it up. I just want to make sure that I get it all with the headland and I come around. I think I'll be okay, but I don't want to risk it. So let's start here. And off we go. So I'll keep working on this for a while, and then when I get done, I'll fertilize it. I don't know if I'll be able to include all this in the episode. Don't have a ton of time left. And if I got daylight left, I might try and go cut some trees. So I'll have to put a bond up for some additional land if we gotta get it. But we'll do what we need to do. We want to keep that sawmill running if we can. That brings in nearly $50,000 every day. $100,000 a month. It's a good deal. All right, let me get to work here. Okay, I'm getting a little nervous right now. It's about 3:15. This is close to where I had the system software crash on the PS5 last time when I was finishing this up. It was weird how it manifested itself. Some of the controls on the controller stopped working, and I couldn't go into the menu. I couldn't check to see how far along I was on the clip. So it was weird. The first time I recorded this, I talked about this, so I want to make sure I address it here. I'm going to run out of time before we're able to fertilize it, but I wanted to talk about this. So I left the stones in this one crop circle, and I wanted to find out whether you could roll in the stones after you seeded or planted the field. So we have done that. You can see here that we were. So in the other crop circles, I had rolled after I plowed the crop circle. That was unnecessary. So you don't have to do that. So if you plow a field, you don't have to roll them in. I mean, it will cause the extra wear on your seeder. That's interesting. I didn't get those. Wonder why. It may cause extra wear on your seeder or your planter, but oh, that's probably why. Oh well. It's all right. I didn't reactivate the GPS when I got in. Anyway, that's what I wanted to tell you. I'd like to thank you for hanging out with me here in Riverbend Springs. I'm going to do the headlands. I'm going to start down in this corner over here. And then I'll fertilize this, and if I got daylight, I'll go get the other thing. Oh, let me collect on this contract real quick. There we go. So another 39 for $5,000. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button. If you don't subscribe yet, why not? Don't cost nothing. See you next time.